Hey, what's up, everybody? BDO44 coming at you with another video. All right, so the Los Angeles Lakers had a game in Charlotte tonight. Two out of the three big three didn't play. AD and Braun weren't able to go. No Malik Monk. No, I think that was it. Yeah, for the Hornets, of course, they were out a few guys as well. But what I saw tonight, honestly, was a whole lot of effort, man. You ain't gonna hear me say nothing but good things in terms of the effort and the fight. Um, the heart that was shown. A lot of good things, man. Russell Westbrook had 35 big points. He continued to run the ball straight down the throats of the Charlotte Hornets. And although they had big leads at various points in the game, we kept fighting. And down the stretch, we had an opportunity to win it. Uh, Kent Bazemore played one of the best games. I've seen him play in a Laker uniform. Uh, Austin Reeves had a better game tonight. Even though his three-point shot really couldn't really help us like we needed it to, he did hit a big one, did all the other things that he does well, including drawing fouls, which I think is something that he's very, very, very good at. Drawing offensive fouls. I can't stress it enough. He continues to display such a propensity to be able to do that. Offensive rebounding and rebounding in general was very, very high. He was helpful. Who else? Yes, it was several players who played very well tonight, but unfortunately, my opinion is going to bleed through as it pertains to what I saw out there tonight. I'm going to try to be as real as I can while being true to the fact that these guys fought so very hard. So that's the most important thing. As I speak about this game, I want you guys to know our guys fought. But unfortunately, here's the problem. Frank Vogel is the problem. We had such a fantastic first quarter. Guys came out fighting. We had all kinds of opportunities to let this game go by the wayside and get blown out, but we kept on pushing. Carmelo Anthony was out there hustling, hitting shots, making free throws, doing all the little things that you want to see him do, rebounding the ball, things of that nature. But at the end of the day, you got to ask yourself, why does our coach hate Dwight Howard so much? It has to be hate. Because I can't seem to think of one reason why any coach in his right mind would play DeAndre Jordan 20 minutes and Dwight Howard no minutes against a team that Dwight Howard has actually played for. Meanwhile, you look at the box score and you realize that Mason Plumlee, the center for the Charlotte Hornets, had 17 rebounds tonight. 17! DeAndre Jordan was the most ineffective player on the floor from a plus-minus standpoint. The entire team. He was the worst. I just don't think I'm going to be able to relax fully in regards to this team until we start making the change we need to make at that coaching position. It just has to happen, man. Guys fought so hard tonight, especially in that third quarter. I saw so much good play out of guys. Just about everybody on the floor was giving us effort no matter what number he called. But at the end of the day, what really killed us, besides Ish Smith coming out of nowhere playing like Kyrie Irving, besides that, was not having rebounding on the floor, not having size on the floor when we really needed it. Him going small, him playing THT and Westbrook at the same time. Y'all know I don't like when we do that for a very, very good reason. THT had a good plus minus, but he was 2 for 9 from 3. We did not need him shooting 9 3-point shots tonight at all. But these are the type of things that you have to deal with when you have this man as a coach. It just is what it is. He's going to do stuff that's going to get in the way of the progress of the team. It's not just one of those situations where you can just honestly say the team just didn't get it done. No, they would have got it done if their coach would respect certain things that need to be respected. 1, rebounding. 2, size. 3, rim protection. All wrapped up in one single thing, and that's playing Dwight Howard. I don't know what happened between those two. I don't know if it's an extension of what the wishes are of the franchise or LeBron, because I know, I don't know who ain't happy with Dwight. But I can tell you this, as a Laker fan, I want him on the floor. That's what I'm telling you guys. I've been saying this the whole time, but I'm saying this clear as day. I want Dwight Howard to get minutes. I don't like how we're not playing him. It feels the same way we handled Montrezl Harrell last year. And honestly, I'm sick of Frank Vogel and his bullcrap as it pertains to these centers on his team. He's done this all 3 years he's been here because he did the same thing with Dwight against Houston, which I didn't really have a problem with. But, He did it with Harrell, and he's doing it with Dwight again, and it's costing us. I think if we would have had Dwight Howard in this game at some key moments where we were letting them get rebounds over us, grabbing, they were getting layups in the paint, all kinds of different dunks and stuff. A lot of that just doesn't happen because Dwight's going to be on the floor rebounding the ball. Dwight's going to be throwing elbows around. He's going to do things that's going to make sure that a guy like Mason Plumlee does not get 17 boards. Miles Bridges. I have to apologize to Miles Bridges. As you guys know, I'm going through a lot right now, and I just simply forgot about Miles Bridges when I talked 20 minutes about his basketball team. He is one of the most important players on that team, and he made sure I didn't forget his name after the game was over. He did everything that he does. Windmills, crazy dunks, all kinds of stuff, reminding all of us that he's somebody who should be considered for all-star considerations. It was just a mistake on my part, and I own it. Same thing with P.J. Washington. Those are two guys that you should never forget about when you're playing the Charlotte Hornets. I just happened to. It's just my mistake, flawed me as I am. But those guys made sure they did their job, and I like what I saw from them. So on and so forth. LaMelo Ball. I don't think he had his greatest night, to be honest with you. He did some things to help this team, but I just didn't think he had his greatest night. He missed one of the key free throws down the stretch of the game that really left us in a position with a one-possession situation. Unfortunately, we weren't able to get the last shot. Russell Westbrook took it upon himself to take a three-point shot. He did make some really, really key threes that ultimately got us in that position. In fact, he had two clutch ones in a row. So you cringe when he takes those shots, but if he's having a hot night, you just gotta kind of let him do it. I mean, if he's doing just about everything from a star perspective, 35 points, I mean, at the end of the day, do you want him shooting a three? You would much rather see a Frank Vogel draw up a play where the ball goes a couple places with 9 seconds to go, ultimately ending up in Carmelo Anthony's hands to shoot the three. But, Frank ain't about to run no play. He's just going to let it be as it is, like he always does. I can't help but blame the whole thing on the guy, man. I can't help it. Because all I saw was guys' effort, playing hard, fighting back into situations, and then you see one of his lineups on the floor. Then it's a situation where Kent Bazemore's hitting shots, he sits him down. Puts in somebody cold. Let him sit out there. It's just, maybe Dwight's hurt. Hey, I'll leave room for that. Maybe Dwight's another guy that's probably banged up or something, but he wasn't on the injury report. He was not. And he got a DNP tonight in a situation where we definitely needed his production. Stanley Johnson did some great things out there, including securing that final rebound off of that missed free throw by LaMelo Ball. That was key. He hit some key jump shots. I tell people, as long as you're not afraid to take shots, you're going to put yourself in a position to make shots. And I understand that it's a lot of times guys are not supposed to be able to shoot. Teams play off of them for a reason. But I've seen Stanley Johnson burn teams one time after another for leaving him open. One burn after another. And he did it again tonight off a nice little key mid-range jump shot where they played off of him too far. So I'm just very happy with Stanley Johnson's production. And until they decide they're going to guard him, I want him to continue to take them open jump shots. I don't care if it's a three or a mid-range. Keep having that confidence. You're making them pay for it. So, that's where my head goes, man. There were moments at a time where I wasn't able to really watch the game because I was kind of distracted doing other stuff. But at the end of the day, I was able to get a pretty good link for the most part. And what I saw was just continued fight. First quarter, they came out fighting. Couldn't get a lead. We were down by 12, but guys were still pushing. They cut it to like 4. And then Frank put a lineup on the floor that didn't make any damn sense. A bunch of players that weren't playing well. Players that shouldn't be on the floor, no center. And they ran it back up to 10. Then, a lineup would be on the floor that could actually get some things done, and we'd be fine. Put Wayne Ellington in the game a little bit. He did some good things tonight. Like I said, Austin Reeves was very much active. He really filled up the box score, getting assists and rebounds. Just couldn't hit that three. Some of those threes, if he would have hit them, I guarantee we'd win that game. So I just want to continue to see him shoot. Don't lose your confidence. The last time we saw him hit a three, he knocked the team out at the buzzer from the corner, or rather from an elbow. I know he can hit the shot. You know what I mean? It's just that he's kind of lost his confidence. He doesn't have his mechanics. He's still a youngster. He's still a rookie. But I want him to continue to be relentless about taking those shots. I also like that energy that he gave us in the fourth quarter. He has that killer instinct in him. We've called it out several times where he's tried to will his team back in, even though it really hasn't ultimately been successful yet. That killer instinct is there, and I know it's going to eventually lead to us getting a victory. If he continues to take it upon himself to be aggressive down the stretch of basketball games, one day you're going to win us a game, man. Keep going. So, yeah, that's what I could take from the game. I give credit to the Charlotte Hornets. I felt like Ish Smith really just had a game where he just wanted to show out. He wanted people to know that he's still in the league. He still has a lot of game left. I always thought he was better than the roles he allowed himself to take in this league. I always felt like he should try to step out and try to at least get a regular role where he can really do this on every night, because even when he played for the Washington Wizards 10 years ago, he was able to do this. He just always played behind John Wall and a bunch of other people, and anywhere he went, he would be the third string point guard, and I've always felt he was better than that. And once again, he just reminded me that I'm right. He's better than that. So Ish Smith still got it. He's still very much a player you want to have on your team. And at this point, after a game like this, somebody should be trading for him to give him a much better role than he's able to get playing behind a bunch of young guards, because that dude still got something. Terry Rozier was fantastic tonight, as I expected he would be, hitting shots, doing things that Terry Rowe does. You know what I'm saying? You got a good effort out of the Charlotte Hornets too, but they just left the door open for us a lot. They really did. They left the door open, and our guys kept pushing through. Russell Westbrook continued to, like I said, drive the paint. He was getting layup after layup after layup after layup. And then when that happened, he started opening up the shot for himself, started being able to take it in rhythm. Just played a lot better on the floor tonight. I think he might have some jitters about playing with LeBron James. And I think this is the first game I've seen him play without LeBron James, and you saw how much better he played. I don't know if I'm on something or not, but he ain't had nowhere near 35 points with the king on the floor. Maybe that means more possessions in his hand. Possibly it has something to do with the pace we're able to play without LeBron on the floor, with him more in control of that pace. Since he plays at such an unorthodox speed, it kind of does really – it really is incumbent upon all the team to kind of keep up with him if he's going to be successful. But I think about what Max Kellerman said. Every time Russell Westbrook goes to any new team, he starts off the first half of the season terrible and ends the second half of the season great. And now, hopefully, this is the turn of the corner for that. Because if we can get that production from him, and then we got AD's production like the type of production AD gave us last night. Listen, call me crazy, but if Russell plays like this and AD plays like he did last night, we can beat some people. We can really beat some people. Especially if we're getting something off the bench like we got from all those guys tonight. What I saw was a bunch of guys who were on the trade block who are almost out of the league fighting for their lives tonight for this Los Angeles Lakers team, probably wondering if this is the last time they're going to get this much playing time. And they took advantage, especially a guy like Kent Bazemore. You got to take your hat off to him. He's had some real struggles this year, some real inconsistent minutes, but I thought he played well in this game, and I thought he's played well on this road trip just in general with the minutes that he's gotten. So I'm pretty happy with Kent Bazemore lately. I'm not going to lie. Nothing perfect, but effort and desire to be good, and that's all you really ask from a guy. So I was very happy with him tonight. All in all, I was very happy with my team. I want to use the word proud. You know what I'm saying? I'm really proud of the guys. Everybody who was wearing a uniform tonight. They were undermanned. They had a bunch of youngsters they were going after, trying to chase around, and they did so. The energy that our guy Austin Reeves gave us on the boards was fantastic. Again, Carmelo Anthony, Russell Westbrook. It was a lot of energy, a lot of desire, a lot of fight. Guys were not getting blown out. Guys were not going to give up on this game. And if you left them the door open, they were going to try to run through it. Unfortunately, it just came down to one shot. It just came down to one shot. We had our opportunity, and we just didn't run a play. And that's where you get your coaching from. A guy that comes out, a good coach, with 9 seconds to go in the game, down by 2, with a timeout left. When you come out of that timeout, a good coach is going to run a play where it's going to be some screens run, some back cuts, some misdirection. We didn't have none of that. We inbounded the ball to Westbrook with 9 seconds to go. He dribbled a couple times, took a brick like he's going to do. You got to take that responsibility out of Westbrook's hands. You got to run a play that you practice for situations such as that. Frank Vogel ain't even doing his job, because that is his job. And that's what I'm saying. It's like, how much more do you need to see, Miss Buzz? How much more do you need to see? I'm a Laker fan of 29 years, and I'm telling you, this is one of the worst coaches we've had. And we've had some bad coaches, but he's right up there with Luke Walton. He's right up there with Dale Harris. And look, I'm tired of mentioning all the coaches that we've had that have sucked. We have got to do better in that regard. We have got to start hiring some really good coaches. And whatever happened with Ty Lue in that situation, it is basically the bane of everything that we got going on. It ain't just Russell Westbrook, because I'm telling you right now, if Ty Lue had this roster, we would be much better than 500. I guarantee it. I guarantee it. Do you know why? Because I've seen just about every game we've played, we've had opportunities to be more successful than we were. Now, I'm not saying we could have won every game we've played in, but if we would have respected rim protection, ran some really good plays, had certain situations out there where guys were just in different positions instead of having Carmelo Anthony at the center, we've lost games because of these types of decisions. This is not just me sitting up here blowing smoke. I've watched. I know what I'm talking about. He's costing us games. It ain't the roster. As bad as this roster is, there's ways to get more out of it. You saw that tonight with some of the players that don't do anything at all playing their best. There's ways. We just don't do it. And I'm telling you, when guys leave this team, they play better. Everybody. Look at Rondo. If you're watching what's going on in Cleveland, Rondo didn't turn back into Rondo in Cleveland. I thought he was done because he was in this system. Can't stress it enough. Everybody who leaves Frank's system play better, man. We have got to see the fruit in not doing anything in regards to this roster and assessing these players until we see them in a proper coaching situation. With a proper coach, rather. And that's it. That's it. This dude, he doesn't need to be a coach no more. Period. If you don't fire him tonight, fire him tomorrow. Seriously. You'll be better for it, man. You'll be a lot better for it. Because he gets in the way. Your team's fighting, he's in the way. Here come a bad lineup. Hear him going with small ball. Team's getting close, somebody's hot, he sits him down. Guy just draws a foul against a great player, he sits him down. Brings in somebody that's ice cold and leave him out there for a long time. 20 minutes for DJ? Are you serious? DJ shouldn't even be on the floor. He should have been the one getting the DNP. All of those minutes should have went to Dwight Howard. And let me ask you guys something. Maybe I'm tripping. I've been doing some thinking. Has there ever been any moment in time during their careers where DJ was actually better than Dwight Howard? At any point? And I'm thinking about when Dwight was at Houston, when Dwight was in Charlotte, all these different times where Dwight was in these small roles. Was DJ ever, at any one of those years, considered a better player? Ever? I don't think so. So how in the hell is Dwight Howard healthy, fully healthy, getting DNPs while DJ is getting starting minutes? How does that make sense? The only thing that comes to mind for me is sabotage. Sabotage. I literally can't come up with nothing else. Nothing else makes any sense, y'all. I'm trying. I'm really trying here. Trying not to go down the conspiracy theory range, but I see a guy who, as soon as he sees some success take place, he throws something down that is not going to work. So I'm just going to leave it at that. I don't want to be disrespectful or allege some ridiculousness because I'm a frustrated fan. But at some point in time, you have to ask, are we trying to win? Because the stuff that he does deters our success. And tonight we lost because of him. Good game, Lakers. All the players played great. Everybody who wore the jersey did their part one way or another, especially the guys that were in the game during that third quarter. You know, I saw a lot of fight in that third quarter, and that's one of the problems that we've had the most is coming out of the third quarter and playing well. That third quarter was a hell of a lot of effort. And in the fourth quarter, it carried over. Even though they spread it out to about a 10-point lead, we kept fighting. Like I said, it came down to one shot. So it was a lot of good things out there. But it was no thanks to Frank. Believe you me, he did everything he could to assure that Charlotte Hornets won that game. Just like he does just about every single night. And as a Laker fan who's very passionate about this team, I don't have any tolerance for this man anymore. I don't care who sees this video. He can see it himself. You got to go, bro. Seriously. You are a deterrent to my franchise winning, and I don't want us to lose anymore. So that's where I'm at with it. I like the turnovers. We had 12 turnovers tonight. You know, that's good for our team. It's one of the reasons why we were in the game. It's because we didn't let them have the ball too much. I like the defensive sequences I saw out there for the most part, even though we were giving up reboundings. That was no fault to the players on the floor. That's just that. The issues we had tonight were not the players. Just Frank. That's all. That is it. So, we could have shot a little better from three. I'll say that much. Both teams could have shot a lot better from three. I think both teams were in the 30% range. We could have had a little more, success defending the paint. Wonder what that's attributed to. When you have guys like Stanley Johnson trying to guard Mason Plumlee in the paint. It was one lineup, y'all. I'm not going to lie to you. Now, my boy Austin Reeves. I love him. But he's not a great shooter right now. His three-point shot. We're talking about it as we speak. THT, 2 for 9 tonight. Three-point shot wasn't falling. Who else did he have on the floor? He had Carmelo Anthony on the floor, but he had him in the paint. And then there was another 2 players on the floor. I don't remember exactly who they were, but they're not shooters. So this lineup was on the floor in a key moment, probably like 7 minutes ago in the fourth quarter or something. He put this lineup on the floor. They weren't able to score, and they weren't able to rebound. And the only three-point shooter we had was in the paint trying to guard a center. So where's the offense coming from? But even worse, where's the rebounding coming from? You see what I'm saying? It's like he didn't put us in a position to do anything. We were down there looking around at each other like, what are we going to do next? What are we going to do next? Because it's like the only person who could hit a shot was down there trying to box out in the paint. It's just, if that's not a lineup that you look at and say, okay, this is the wrong guy to have out there, the coach, he's the wrong guy. You can't put that lineup on the floor when we're trying to fight to win a game. What are you doing? How does that lineup bring you any success against anybody? Let alone a team that's on their home floor with a bunch of youngsters. I just want us to fire this man. That's all. That's it. That's it. That's all. We don't even have to make no trades. Because like I said, we make a trade, guys come back, they're going to come into this system playing worse. He's going to make sure of it. You got to get rid of him first. Bring in a coach that's going to bring the most out of these players. They're going to fight for that coach because they show that they're willing to fight tonight. Whether LeBron's out there, AD's out there or not, we got guys that will fight. They proved it. We just need someone who's not going to put the wrong players on the floor. That's all. And we'll be all right. My name is BDF44. I think that's pretty much all I want to say. Give credit to the Charlotte Hornets. The game ball goes to Ish Smith for sure. Game ball goes to Ish Smith. That's what I got to say, man. Tough loss, heartbreaking loss, but I am proud. And I don't get to say that very often. In fact, I don't think I've said that at all this year. That was one of the best effort games of the season. And if we would have won it, that would have been the best win of the season. And I'm not taking that lightly. Unfortunately, we're on the wrong end of it. We gave ourselves a shot. Congratulations to all the players that played. Russell Westbrook, man, I'm very happy with your effort tonight. Very happy with your performance tonight. I know that some of that stuff, the turnovers and stuff, they were there. Some of the issues were there. But he kept coming at them. He would not let us get blown out. He would not let us not have an opportunity to win this game. I just wish his coach would have given him a bit more to work with in that last second play. Because I can't rely on Russell Westbrook to create something with 9 seconds to go. That's for somebody else to do. And they didn't do their job. Bron, I'm looking at you too, bro. You letting this coach do all this. Where are you at? You can write a play up. You're LeBron freaking James. I ain't got to wait for Frank Vogel to do a goddamn thing. You, the king. Whether you're in uniform or not, you should have a pad in your hand drawing up a play for this team. You the one with all the power? Like, that's who we need to be looking at. Why the hell? Why? You name the question, it's pointed in him. Why all of this, bro? I know who fault it wasn't. The players. Not tonight. They all gave me what I needed, man. Thank y'all for watching me. My name is BDF44, and I'm out.